achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another installment of Dream Talk. Today, we have a juicy title that makes your mind get boggled. Freedom isn't the destination. Here's what it is. This obviously applies to crypto. This applies to your life. This applies to your dream. The irony of it all is that we all seek freedom. Everyone's seeking freedom. That's what you realize. Oh, I have a dream. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve this. I want to get money. Oh, what for? As you go down the rabbit hole further and further, oh, it's actually just so I can spend time with my kids. Freedom. Oh, it's actually because I actually hate my job and I'd really be rather taking nature photographs. Okay, freedom. It all comes back to freedom. And that's what draws everyone to crypto. And that's what draws people to the pursuit of their dreams. So today we are going to talk about it, break it down. I'm sorry for being late. No excuses. I'm just late all the time now. You can see I might show up 20 minutes late. I might show up 10 minutes late. But when we get here, we deliver. So let me tell you the format of the show. I just got our quote of the day all lined up here. But let me tell you the format of the show. So here on Dream Talk, we combined two things. We combined success habits, personal development, things that help you move closer to your dream with Web3 and with crypto. And if you're not privy, like Dream Talk, why do we call that that? It's inspired by Dreamcat, the most successful cat in the world. And in this Web3 community that we're building, we are forming a place where you learn, grow, develop in the pursuit of chasing your dream, right? So if you've actually tried to chase your dream before, it's hard. It's hard. Things are super challenging. There'll be highs, there'll be lows. And so it really helps to have people who are going along the mission so you know what to expect. You know what different stages of the journey are like. So we cover, this is just a PDF on our website. Check it out, dreamcat.xyz. Today you see my face. In the future, I may be talking as if I'm Dream. So we're building, sorry, so many things. I'm trying to get to a cat here. So many things here that you can dive into to check out and see, hey, maybe it's a community you want to be a part of. I will tell you it's in its infancy, a lot to do, but we're here. So we're going to go through. I'm going to give the lesson. I got a few different things on freedom. Hopefully you can benefit from them. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. If you're tuning in live, please share this out. Please retweet it. Please tag a friend. New people could benefit from hearing the information. And then we're going to do a 30,000 dream giveaway. So that goes to the MVP of the chat. If we have someone in the comments who's paying attention, who's tapped in, who's learning something, who's asking questions, the person who shows out the most, tags a friend, retweets, you are entered to win 30,000 dream. Okay. 3 minutes. Not too bad. Got it all out of the way. Let's move forward and dive right into it. Real person. What's up, Nathaniel? What's going on? Okay. So I got my handy dandy notes here. I gave this idea poured out of me when I was inspired. And it's so powerful because I'm about to save you steps in your dream chasing journey. And I think before anything, we should apply it directly to crypto. So follow me here, okay? I'll just start with this. Freedom, the thing that you think you're seeking, pursuing, you're after, freedom can be a trap. It's not actually the destination as you may think, and that's what I'm going to prove. It's not the destination. Freedom is actually just a layer. It's just a pit stop, a rest stop, a rest stop on the journey to the main destination. But you don't know this yet. You think it's the end all be all. You think it's where you're trying to get to. And the crazy part about all this is you will never realize that freedom is not the destination until you arrive. And I haven't arrived to the maximum, but I have achieved a certain level of freedom. And so I'm seeing this in real time, understanding or like future forecasting in life. Like, oh man, it's just a little stop in the journey. I see Mr. Scene pulling up. What's up, Mr. Scene? Big dreamer right here. Big dreamer right here. Reposted the stream. That means you're in the running for the MVP. Those are the kind of things that we want to see, right? Repost the stream, tag a friend. Glad you're here, bro. Glad you're here. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Freedom. Can it be a trap? Is it just a layer, not the main destination? And what I realized that you may have not yet, because you haven't arrived in a certain degree, is that you can get stuck here. It's not a destination, it's a transition station. So let's talk about crypto first. And then I'm going to tell you like in detail, 3 different things that can happen to you when you arrive in freedom. And the way this can serve you today is you're chasing a dream. You're on a chase. But if you can do you may be putting all of your energy into the end destination thinking, once I get there, I'll be happy. I'm not happy yet, but once I arrive, I will be. And what I'm going to reveal is, that might not be the case. Okay. So crypto and Web3. Like I said, people are here for freedom. I came here. I needed some money myself. I said, I have this big financial goal. Crypto is going to be my vehicle to do it, right? Come here. All is well. And I know a lot of other people here too. What they're seeking is money. Why do you want the money? I ask people, what is your dream? My dream is to be financially free. Okay, what for? Because maybe the assumption is life is so hard right now. The job sucks so bad. The food is not steak and wine, and you want the finer things. You're not fulfilled. You're not satisfied. Maybe current life is hard. You have family bills. You drive a crappy car, and you like, hey, I want to drive a nice car that starts every day. So there's pain. So you just say, I want financial freedom. Freedom. Freedom's in the word financial, in the phrase financial freedom. It's said a lot. You want this, but why? Because maybe you think, believe, perceive that once you get X amount of dollars, all will be perfect, right? Can't be any worse than my current situation. I'm down bad. Alls I got to do get my cheddar up, and then, dude, I could never be unhappy sitting in my mansion. I could never be unhappy like when I never have to work a day in my life. And that's what you think. And I don't even believe it's a false dream. I just think people don't fully understand. You know, people who understand this, Will Smith. Will Smith understands this whole bit about freedom. Maybe you guys know his story. Will Smith climbed the ladder. He was in all the big movies. He had the money. He had the wife. And everything fell apart. And he said something along the lines with quotes. Let me see if I can find it. Will Smith speaks on, because I didn't even know I was going to say this. I'm going to talk about Jim Carrey too. Will Smith speaks on freedom. Let's see if that's right. That's a movie. Will Smith speaks on freedom and riches, not happiness. And I'm not saying money doesn't buy happiness. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so he says, okay, interesting. So let me show you this real quick. It's nothing too crazy, just a quick tidbit from Will. Okay, so Will Smith has expressed that immense wealth and success do not guarantee happiness, often highlighting that material achievements cannot satisfy internal needs. Now, okay, I'm not trying to sell you that money doesn't buy happiness. It can definitely boost your happiness. But here he says, he speaks on having achieved all his professional goals, only to realize that true joy must be created internally, having shifted from a life of gathering wealth to a focus on giving. So that is his take. He's not the only one, but Will Smith has climbed the mountain. He's got everything that you think makes dreams come true. And then he still had a void inside. Guess who else discovered this void? Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, powerful actor, funny guy, made a lot of people happy. And he climbed the ladder. He started learning about consciousness. And he said, oh my gosh, there's more to this game than being the funny actor. It's just a character. Who am I really? What am I supposed to do on life? These people don't love me. They love the character that I portrayed. And he went on this soul-searching journey, and he had what should have made him happy, but then he wanted to seek more. So in essence, getting the freedom that he once dreamed of wasn't the complete answer. Same for Will. He once dreamed of that. It wasn't the complete answer. I'm not taking away materialistic things. I think you should get them. I'm not taking away money. I think you should get it. But I'm going to show you some of the thoughts and realizations that you will have on the other side of the rainbow, so you can think about them now and realize there is more than just desiring. Or maybe you'd realize that your current desire is not of the depth that will fulfill your soul. And if you could think ahead now and really do some more soul searching, you wouldn't have to uncover this as soon as you win. Because imagine, we're all dreamers. Dreamcat goes to the moon. Canwar is a Dreamcat millionaire. All the OG dreamers are Dreamcat millionaires. They sell, you keep a moon bag, but you got your million now. And you're like, I've been waiting for this forever. Imagine getting there, going through the whole journey, thinking that's the peak happiness. And shortly after being there, feeling a void all over again. Well, that's what we're going to get into. Why you feel the void. What do you do next? Okay. So, power of gaining freedom, needing to be the time that you lock in. Okay. So, I'm going to break down four elements of freedom here. I hope these can serve you. All right. So, here's the first reason why freedom is a trap. I have freedom right now. It's a trap. I have freedom. I'm not a slave to work, but the problem is I don't have a boss. Since I don't have a boss, I have to be self-accountable to myself. I have to show up to work. I don't. That's the thing. I don't have to show up to work. I don't have to, go to sleep at a certain time, wake up at a certain time. Don't have kids. It's just me. This is amazing. I can go and get food. I can close this laptop and I can go get a quadruple scoop ice cream cone and then not come back for 5 days and go to Disneyland. I could do that. That is a trap of freedom. That's layer one. You get a taste of the freedom, but the problem is you're your own boss. No one can hold you accountable but you, and you can just rot away in this stage. You can just rot away. I can just rot away here. Oh man, I'm free. Like, I'm just going to hang out, do a few dream talks, reply to a few comments. That makes me feel good. Then I'll watch a movie, whatever. I can rot here. It causes fear. It causes panic. Oh man, what if I don't level up? What if I don't get escape? What if I get stuck here? So freedom can be a little bit of that trap. And here's another reason that it's a trap. Once you get your first taste of freedom, it's delicious. It's just, okay, by the way, side note, today's Dreamcat quote of the day includes ice cream. I've already referenced ice cream 2 times. I'm proud to say I've not had ice cream in 9 or 10 days now because I'm trying to shift a little bit, So still had a Coca-Cola, still had some rice pudding from this Greek restaurant, but no ice cream, 9, 10 days. So still here, still love it. But anyway, shout out to Bubba Gump. Man, appreciate you, Bubba Gump. You could probably appreciate this message. And I did hear your all your thoughts. I didn't reply to them, but in your last space, you said, let's link up soon, yada, yada. So I'm with it, dude. Lots of love. Okay. So that's the first thing I realized, right? You get freedom, but the freedom can be a trap because now that the hard things are removed, you don't have a driver for the things that you want in your life, right? If work is so hard and your whole reason to make your dreams come true is so you don't have to work anymore, but you free yourself from the job, but who's going to push you further? Is there a big enough driver? Like, this is how freedom can be a trap because you can take care of all your needs. Rent's paid, food tastes good, social life, get online, basic needs taken care of. Maybe it's not a burning desire to get a Lamborghini tomorrow. Maybe it's not a burning desire to get millions of dollars. Watch out for that. Now, let's take it down to next level. Okay, once you get freedom, once you free yourself, you get $1 million. You'll recognize that even while having everything you ever wanted, you're unfulfilled. You never expected this. How can this be? Money wasn't the answer? Come on. Like, look, I know we say money isn't the answer to happiness, but come on. Like, money makes me happy, right? Money buys, whatever you want. Let me know let's see who's tapped in. Let me know in the comments. What if I gave you $1 million? What do you want to buy? You don't even need to be responsible. What are you splurging on? I would really like to know this because then I can know the inside of your dreams and what's driving you. I can tell you what I want to buy if you tell me what you want to buy. Okay, so you get there, you're like, how can this be? Money wasn't the answer? No, money's never been the answer. Things do fill the gap, but the human experience is propelled forward by purpose and service. I'm going to write that. I don't have a pen. Diabolical. Wait, yes, I do. No, I don't. Oh, we're cooked. All right. Purpose and service. Purpose and service. So if you get the riches and you're chilling and you have all your stuff, you're eventually going to start to feel empty. Founders who launch huge companies and then sell them shortly after, oftentimes after a year or whatever, say, gosh, I don't know what to do with myself. I thought drinking mojitos on the beach was the dream, but it's been 4 months and I want to blow my brains out, right? For a lack of a better phrase, that's literally how they feel because they had so much fulfillment, even though it was stressful and brought them gray hair and everything. They had so much fulfillment on the mission. So number one, if your freedom goals are superficial and you believe that, man, as soon as I get here, I'm going to be free, I would challenge you to think deeper. Can you find a combination that can get you the things that you want where you are still have a bigger why, a bigger purpose? The biggest in the game who get the money, the riches, the wealth, they also serve in some way, right? Elon Musk, you're like, dude, he's in space. He's got a yacht. I want that. Yeah, but he also feels fulfilled because he's trying to transform humanity, right? He wants to make humanity interplanetary. He wants to make things more eco-friendly and cool with electric cars. That is why he can work 20-hour days, not because he wants money. And a lot of people too, another thing with riches is everyone says, man, when they look up to the rich man, I'm stealing this from Andy Frisella, okay? Andy Frisella said, man, I meet people out there and they say, dude, you made it, bro. You got this, you got $100 million. Why don't you just quit on the beach? And then he had said, listen, you actually don't understand. If that was my drive, that's why you'll never make it. Because if my driver was to just drink drinks on the beach, I never would have made it to this $100 million point. The thing that drove the high success, the discipline, whatever, was a big enough why. And so someone from the outside says, man, if I was there, I would be doing this. I'd be retired. I'd never work a day in my life. And the answer is, that's why you will never be here. So heed that warning as well. You're young. Man, all I know is I'm trying to get some money. I don't know all these rules. That's what we teach here, right? That's what we're teaching on Dream Talk. The universal laws, the principles, the mindsets. So when we do get money, we can carry it so it doesn't fall through our hands, right? This is something that most people don't do. This is why lottery winners fumble, spend it all on hookers and blow, which I said last week, right? Because they don't have a deeper why, a purpose, a plan. So we're going through it. Okay, Ennom. Everyone on YouTube doesn't like me. AI. I'm AI slop, apparently. Apparently this is AI. I don't know. This looks pretty real to me. I don't see anything AI here. Okay. Bubba Gump says, yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Bubba? All right, onwards. Point number 2. You get freedom. You arrive. And then you realize, man, yeah, freedom was my dream. My whole life, for 20 years, I've been trying to get financial freedom from my job so I can spend time with my kids. I love my kids to death. I want to spend my time with my kids. If I can do that, my dream would come true. So you do that. You arrive. You're on your own clock now. You spend time with your kids, but something is still missing. What you'll realize is, oh my gosh, what that freedom platform that you thought was the destination is actually just a stepping stone. It was just a stepping stone. You think it's your destination until you arrive. And then you'll say, oh man, it's been a little bit. There must be more. As human beings, some of you out there, cyborg, AI, like, Bubba, he's online 24/7, says he doesn't sleep anymore. Obviously AI. There's no debate about that. I mean, he caps, oh, I'm a family man. I'm just a human being. I'm not buying it for a second. AI cyborg, no doubt about it. So you got people like that, right? Who just defy the odds and don't sleep and do all these things. Yeah. And when you arrive, you're going to say, oh man, that was just a stepping stone. So if there was a step, let's see what I wrote here. If there was a step after freedom, would you have had, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. Yes. Okay. So here was the other realization. This could be hard for you or good for you. Right now, you only have so much energy. Your grind is a challenge. The show up every day, the discipline is hard, especially now in Web3, right? Things are going back up. We're a little bit more bullish this week. My bags are still at all-time lows. So they say prices have gone up. Mine are still the lowest they've been in months. So it's not affecting me any. Still chilling, still down. The fear and greed index is 46. My bags are still the exact same as when the fear and greed index was 5. So none of this is affecting me. I don't know about you as a holder, as an investor. What's up, Jeffersons? So here's the thing. You have energy just enough to show up, chase your dream, and win to some degree, right? You reach a pedestal. The question is, if you knew that the final destination, your dream, wasn't like once you got there, you just have a whole bigger journey ahead, would you have had the energy to make it? Does that make sense to you? So think about that. I feel like a lot of people looking back say, man, I thought it would be easy. And if you told me how hard it would be, how long it would take, what I would need to do to get there, in hindsight, I probably would have just quit right there and gave up, because I'm like, oh my gosh, if I knew it was going to take me 20 years, I never would have started this journey. And so that's the thing. It's good and bad. Sometimes it's good that you don't know what's on the other side. I'm sharing the perspective. Could be dangerous, but you thought freedom was for the kids. You get there, you arrive, and you say, damn, if I had known this, that it wasn't getting the answer, I would have given up. It could have been too overwhelming. But now that I'm here, I guess I got to look inwards, look inside, and figure out what I'm supposed to do. The human experience, this is something no one talks about. We talk about riches, we talk about crypto, we talk about Web3, quitting the jobs, making money, getting cars, being happy, simple things. But this human experience is really a human experience. What is the point? It's like in a giant adventure where you are figuring out what you're supposed to do. And there's no perfect roadmap. We try to get together as dreamers to say, man, how can we share our experiences? And oh, this happened to me in my life, and I had this hardship, or someone in the chat sharing, how they, hey, I've made $100 million and this is how I feel. And we all kind of benefit and share from this information to try to figure out this game of life. But it's crazy because we can all move forward in one direction to achieve our dreams. And yet all our paths lead in different directions. We have different fulfillments. One of you out there will be completely fulfilled by getting married and having 3 beautiful kids. And that is like your whole life purpose, and being the perfect dad and being with them at all the competitions. And it's going to fill your cup. And that's literally like that you maximized your life to how it was supposed to be. Someone else's life is going to be completely different. So I say all that to say it's not a bad thing. Like, to me, as a dreamer, this is the fulfillment, right? You get there and then you realize that freedom wasn't the answer. So then you have to say, okay, what am I supposed to do with my life? I'm 42. I'm financially free. What next? What do I do now? I have no idea. That's where you do some soul searching. That's where you try more things. This is life. And you find the next thing that tickles your fancy, that lights you up, that brings you purpose, that brings you joy. And you follow that. And this is the game of life, is finding purpose, finding being of service, finding joy, reaching your goals, achieving your dreams, and seeing what's next. And as humans, you should know this, is there is no end. That kind of sounds exciting and disheartening at the same time. As human beings, we crave evolution. Has anyone out there, okay, surely this has to be true. Has anyone out there achieved a dream before? Anyone out there achieved a dream? If you have achieved a dream, what was your dream? I asked a few questions. I'll have to answer the last one that I think I said, what do you want? Have you achieved a dream before, and what was it? If you have, then do you know what it feels like? You have a deep desire, a why. You want it so bad, more than anything. You're fully invested in it. I want that. It makes you the pressure makes you take crazy actions, get outside your comfort zone, do new things, show up on X every day because it's supporting what you want. You do these things. You have breakthroughs. You win. The journey gets pretty exciting. Oh my gosh, I had a big breakthrough. I'm excited. I didn't make it yet. I got to keep going, but this feels good. When you arrive, then you do the thing, right? Oh man, I want to buy my dream car. You have the money. You go to buy the dream car. That's a huge part of the experience. And you drive it. That's a huge part of the experience. All of the energy is mostly built up in the journey, in the progress, and the exact moment. Shortly after, the joy and happiness fades away. You can still be happy. It's not saying you're going to be miserable, but the void starts to come. Oh my gosh, I went on that whole journey, dreamed to billions, did this. Okay, it got me to this next step. Damn, but like, we did it. So now what? So once you achieve your dream, shortly after, you're going to ask yourself, what's the next dream? So as humans, we keep seeking the next thing. We're always wanting to grow. And there really isn't a ceiling. And I don't know, maybe that's hard for some people to hear. They're like, I just want to be in peace. I don't want to just be striving for things my whole life. But if you look at the experience, that's usually, maybe you find your home, but you're always striving for something. Maybe it's easier. Man, I made it. Now I'm going to strive to be the best father I can be for my kids. That's a thing too. Okay. Let's see. Kata Core. Where are you coming from? What language is this? Polish, maybe? Welcome in. Okay. Next. So I gave you 3 steps right now. 3 steps so far. This is the 3rd step. Hopefully I didn't oversay it. You've achieved a step in the game. You know it's not where you're supposed to be, but you reached a level where you have money, so you have that belief that the future will be locked in and you get to it. No worries. This is try self-motivate, set up systems. So okay. Reading my own notes. Okay, so this ties in. I shared about being comfortable, having some freedoms and no one can push you. This is a similar one. You've achieved financial freedom. You all got $1 million. Now you It's a different scenario. You're good and you do want more in life. Okay. So you want more. You're hungry. You're comfortable, but you're also hungry. You want more in life. You want to achieve things. You know you're supposed to do it. You know you're going to do it. You have the money. You have the belief, man, my future is done. No worries. I'm going to get there tomorrow, the next day, next week. Oh, it didn't happen on my 30th birthday, but that's okay because next year I turn 31 and it'll happen then. This is the other freedom trap. The trap of having a fair amount of comfort and not enough pain to drive you forward. And the belief that it's okay if it doesn't happen now because it can always happen in the future because I can just flip the switch and it'll happen in the future. And the reason this is a trap is because everything's taken care of and time could run out. You could just, your opportunity could pass you by. It could just pass you by and you could miss it. And that would be very, very painful. So that's really the gist. That's really the gist. But the irony is that people think freedom is everything. People think freedom is the main destination. And it's not really, because a number of things. Let's review them, okay? The first thing was you get freedom and you're your own boss now, but you have no drivers pushing you. So you get comfortable, you waste time, all your needs are taken care of. It's a good place to be and it's a bad place to be because no one's going to change your life except you. You can rot away here, okay? It's going to feel good at first and then you might feel bad and you can rot away if you don't make a change. Number two is you get all the money, you get everything, and you realize it wasn't the answer. You got freedom and you say, I'm unhappy, I'm unfulfilled. Is this all there is? This is a ripoff. This is terrible. Then you'll realize, actually, you need a purpose. You need a deeper purpose. You need a deeper why. So if you can, get one now. Get one. Can you, like for me, we'll pause for a second. Okay, DreamCat for me, and this is, I guess this is bullish to you because you're a DreamCat investor if you're listening to this, right? So how often do you have a dev come online who's constantly talking about the mission? I feel like it's not as relevant now because we're so small. But when Dream is at a bigger place, I feel like these messages will really hit home because the investors out there who are trying to find maybe the ticket or the hot thing could really be reassured by knowing some more of the thoughts. So I'll give you the thoughts behind Dream for me, why it's a perfect storm is because it can make money. The biggest gift is to the investors and believers. It's a perfect trade. We've shared it before. We want to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. By you assisting and helping with that, you are rewarded by choosing when you believe in buying a bag. And since I'm doing my work pro bono, right? Never sold Dream for profit in 2 years. Invested my own money, made $0 on Dream. So I'm pro bono, right? But no worries, I'm a visionary. I see it. I'm not a loser here. I'm still winning. It's all good. We put these pieces in place. Things exist. It's not a loss. So what's going to make me keep showing up? What's the purpose? See, the purpose, you can even witness it inside of DreamCat. We want to go to billions, not so I can make $10 million and sell just a little bit of my dev bag. That's not going to do it for me. I still need the money, want the money, but that's not going to fulfill me. The whole mission is we have to get there to get the relevance and make Dream known. Why do we have to make Dream known? Because everyone in the world has a dream, and it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And the position that we are into is inspire, uplift, empower. And when people tap into this content, like you could be retweeting this, becoming the best version of yourself and pumping your bag, because there's a time and a place. New people decide to join the dream journey, realize what it could be. And now by learning, you're pumping your bag. What a fair trade. Right? So we're making the world a better place. We're making other dreams come true. And if someone like Camware's out there, Bubba Gump's out there, and they say, man, I was doing pretty good already. I'm a successful, solid man. I picked up one of the tips that you shared about manifestation. It completely worked. And now I did X, Y, Z. Man, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Right? Well, now, see, I've gained fulfillment. It fills my cup to feel like life has meaning. But if it's all just, I don't have it yet, but if I could see and like, oh, I have the car and the house and everything, there still needs to be more. And so that's one part of the dream journey. And if you want to understand this purpose stuff, when Dream gets to 1 billion market cap or 2 billion market cap, and there's 10,000 or 100,000 real dreamers out there chasing their dreams, benefiting from whatever we're talking about, that will not be the end. We already have further foresight. That is a step. We had to do that. We had to get big like that. We had to do that because the next step would be, let's see. Well, we have talked about a movie before. We have talked about a movie. That's a very good vehicle, but I don't think I can really say anything. It's not as clear, but the whole mission to get Dream Big and build this community of dreamers is for a following step, a next step. And I would just say that once we get there, I would be, my role would evolve in the dream community. It would be less. So let's enjoy the journey together while we're here together, right? Because it's not going to be this way forever. Things are going to transform and change completely. We'll see how long it takes, but I'm a journey guy. I'm here to appreciate journeys. So, hey, you live your life, you do your thing, you can pop in, amazing, cool. Tap in the journey, check on your investment, awesome, amazing. But that's powerful. So at least I know in my head that trap is not going to reach me. When I get freedom, right now my dream's pretty big. And so, man, if I get all the way to the end of my dream, then I'll evaluate, but always growing and always evolving. So I got out of line with my review, but okay, we got it. Hopefully you're following along. The other last 2 and 3 things that can happen to you, to review them. You achieved your dream, you got freedom, you have more time with your kids, and you say, something's missing. Something's missing. I thought this would be everything. It's not. If I knew this wasn't going to fulfill me, I would have never gone this far. I did all this work for nothing. I'm back to square one. Sometimes that's the way life works. So you look inside yourself, you reflect within, and you say, man, what am I supposed to do next? God, what am I supposed to do next in this world? Universe, life, whatever you believe, what am I supposed to do next? You look inwards and you find the next step. And the freedom was only a stepping stone, not the destination. And third and finally, you've got to a good point of comfort, freedom, bills paid, you have money. You know you want to be great. You know you want to go to the next level. You know you want to be an all-time great, but you just believe, next year we'll get them, or it's okay. It'll happen down the line. And it just never happens. So in that case, freedom wouldn't be the destination. Freedom would be a trap. Freedom would be a trap, trapping you because you got it. You want it so bad until you get it. There's levels to it. There's layers to the freedom. When everything's taken care of, what's going to drive you to go the distance, to go further? You got your rent. You can eat anything you want. And this is what, by the way, this is what the Tates talk about. And gosh, I don't mean to put them on blast because they're winning way more than I am. But let's talk about this, okay? Shout out to Momville. I see Momville stopping by. Oh, man, we got El Gato Satoshi. Man, I didn't realize El Gato Satoshi is based, man. You should know Bonga. So like Bonga is someone you should follow. You guys are aligned in your journey. And I didn't realize initially, we've talked about it for like the last month or two, but you kind of came out of the woodwork with your inner knowings, your deeper things. So let's talk about the Tates for a second, okay? Love. So the Tates, Andrew and Tristan Tate, if you don't know them, let's give you a visual in case we'll just pretend like people have never heard of who these people are. You've probably seen them, okay? Let's just do a visual while we talk. We'll clip farm off of Andrew Tate. All right. Okay, good. Got clear. All right, let's clip farm off of Andrew Tate, shall we? Here we go. This is Andrew Tate. What a masculine man. Yes, good shape. He brags and talks about how he's uber rich, so wealthy. Everyone else is a peon because you don't have a Bugatti like me. And I don't only have one Bugatti. I have 12 Bugattis, Ferrari, Chevron, blah, 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 blah. He's got it all. And he's got a mansion. And he's got millions of dollars in crypto. And guess what? Maybe one of your dreams out there. You've been the quiet, reserved guy. Maybe you were the ugly guy growing up. And it would be so nice for a pretty girl to go on a date with you. And he's just got all types of pretty girls. So he's got the money. He's got the jets. He's got the cars. He's got the cash. He laughs at the Matrix. He works out, he smokes cigars each day, and maybe to you, that's your dream. And they talk about, ironically, here's the irony of it all. They're pushing a message, but they have further to go on their journey. Respect, and no disrespect. Respect to Andrew and Tristan Tate. They have conquered the matrix to a degree. They've conquered the matrix to a degree. Materialistic things. I don't agree with everything they say. Okay, so don't hit me with that. Misogynistic, blah blah blah. It's a good example. Now, okay, so they have these things, and notice what they say. This is what I hear. Man, they say, once you get to a certain level, the money doesn't make a difference. The joy and happiness that you get at 40 million isn't that much different than 60 and 70 because of what I just said. Your bills are paid, you still get girls, you still drive supercars, you still have a mansion, you can still travel wherever you want. Money can buy you things. So they say they've reached the peak of happiness. And the experience that they're having in real time is that they're like, oh, life's so boring. Like, we already got it locked in, whatever. Like, but what's missing though, something that they're missing that I hear is that they never got a deep enough purpose. And I say this with the utmost respect because they could come on here and blast me and they'd be like, oh, yeah, look at you. You don't even have a Bugatti, blah, blah, blah. They could. But one area where I've had a strong development is spiritually, right? Understanding as deep as I can the game of life. So I put homework in there. And what I realize is when they say, man, over $100 million, there's no point because there's nothing you can do with it. You have everything. That's because their dream was just exactly what they have. They got exactly what they want. Cars, money, freedom. They got exactly what they wanted. When I'm thinking of 100 million, I have a purpose, and my purpose is to serve. So it's very in depth. When I serve, it can serve me, right? But the dream journey does the same thing. But $100 million wouldn't even make my dream come true. I need 20, 30 times that. So when I look there, you can look and see and say, oh man, maybe they're right. Maybe the whole purpose of life is just to get rich. But what I predict is going to happen, because Andrew Tate became the most Googled man in the world. Then he started kind of copping out, and now people like, I don't even follow anymore. Like, he kind of lost some respect. And what this is going to lead him to is soul searching. He's going to come and say, man, I got everything. I'm at the top of the mountain, but damn, what's my next high? And where do I get my next high from? Is it even available? Can I, what do I'm buying my brother a Bugatti and I feel nothing. He says, thanks. It's just not hitting for me. Where is this going to lead him? Well, it's going to lead him to uncovering, because he's so young, he's like 38 or something, a blessing and a curse to make it that far, that fast. But he's got a whole life ahead of him to maybe look inwards and say, he's either going to flip to service, which he does. He has the real world, which helps people. Okay. It's either deeper service in serving or a bigger goal or a bigger why. Materialism isn't the goal. In an ideal world, it's the product of your purpose, right? Get uber rich, but still feel fulfilled and be helping other people. And he does that to a degree, but this is just my prediction. So I can see from the outside looking in, when they say there's no point, there's no difference between 40 million and 100 million. If you're dreaming even smaller, and I say to you, if 1 million is your dream, and I say 1 million to 3 million, it doesn't matter. Your bills are going to be paid. You can eat wherever you want. You can pay your rent. You can drive a nice car, whatever. That's not all there is. And that's the whole point of this whole episode. Freedom isn't the destination. It's really not. But are you guys in agreement or disagreement? I would say that most people think freedom is the destination. Isn't that why we're in crypto? To get freedom? Shout out to Libre. I see Libre pulling up. We mentioned freedom, time freedom with your kids, right? Is a goal, is a mission, is a dream. And then we broke down the 3 different ways of what are you going to think when you get there? How's it going to feel like and what's going to happen? So maybe that hits a chord with someone. Maybe it registers, maybe it doesn't. Let's see. El Gato Satoshi, he's wise. Believe in your dream and enjoy the ride. Yeah, man. And you know what's cool too, Satoshi, is that having the dream gives you purpose. Some people out there, and there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. We talk about this. Some people don't know what their dream is yet. And so that's even let's take it back, because someone out there could be that person, right? we'll take Andrew Tate off the screen. Thank you, Andrew Tate, for the example. Okay. Oops. Oh, we just blew him up. He loves that. See, that was like destiny for him. It's just so Andrew Tate's just such a Chad. I'm just drawing right to him, right? Not. Okay. So let's make it simpler. And what was I getting at? Believe in your dream and enjoy the ride. Yes. So we're getting really big here, but not everyone out there, you may say, this is all good and well, but I have no freaking clue what my dream is. So let's break it down at a simpler level to reach every level of dreamer out there. There's all, like, I've talked with the Ninja Cat guys, right? Bubba and Cody. Not everyone wants a Bugatti and I actually want a McLaren. We talked about dreams. That's one of mine. I do want a black McLaren. I do. Just because I can. Free will. I might not even buy it. I might just lease it for like 5 years, just enjoy it and move on. I don't need to own things. I want to be free. Ironically, I want to be free. I want to have flexibility. I don't want to be pinned down. That's a whole nother thing. If you buy a house and you get stuck and you decide in 10 years you want to travel the whole world, then what? You got a mortgage, you got bills. It's kind of nice to be flexible. I'm one of I think a lot of millennials who are, 25, 30 are more interested in the no strings attached lifestyle living. Like most people, the boomers wanted the house. The millennials are kind of like, maybe I'll just rent because in 2 years less is more. I can just get rid of everything, go to a new city, go on a new adventure. I kind of like that. You're not pinned down by things. But going back to this thing for the people out there, maybe you don't even have a dream yet, right? Let's look at life from that scope and what it means. Well, we're still sold. Whoa, we're going deeper than I thought. Okay. You're born in the world, okay? And we got a quarter of the day. We'll still look at the dream cap chart. By the way, we're still giving away 30,000 dream, okay? We're looking for MVPs. We're basically looking for someone who deserves it most, someone who could deserve the 30,000 dream. Basically, it's, hey, you drop a comment like Libre. What's up, Libre? Coming to Cali soon. I'm going to DM you just in case you want to be friends. Dropping a comment, retweeting the stream, dropping a comment on the stream for the algo, like not in the live comments, right? Let's see if anyone's done that. We got Coiny out here. Coiny reshared Coiny's in the running for the MVP right there. Reshared the stream. There we go. Main person reshared, retweeted, dropped the comment. Shout out Coiny. Okay. Now, let's get back to business, okay? MVP 30,000 dream for someone out there. Now, you get into this world. What do you believe it's about? What are you supposed to do in this life? On a surface level, what we're sold on the earth reality is school. Got to go to school no matter what, right? Get a good education so you can make good money. Don't want to be a bum. Don't want to be a buster. School. School's part one. After school, get a job, right? Playtime's over. Time to get a career. Get a job. Then when you get a job, what other common steps? Well, you could be single. Most people seek a significant other. Get a partner. If you don't get a partner, you get a lot of cats. You get a lot of dogs. You get a lot of birds. You get a lot of fish. Something to fulfill you, yes. Some people decide to get a family. Have a wife. Have a husband. Have kids. What else comes? A house. Cars. These are kind of frameworks of human society. And what else? You go on a vacation. Vacation is a normal thing of the human experience. What else is part of it? A 401k, retirement. Think about your retirement. They bang that in our head early. Think about your retirement. What are you investing in? Are you putting in this? You got to have money when you can't work anymore. Holy crap, what kind of deal is that? Think about it. You get out of college and school and you have all this panic to make sure that you have enough money so when you're 65, you can finally log off and finally enjoy your life when your body's pretty beaten down and you can't climb any mountains and you're probably not going to swim with the sharks, or maybe you still will. How does that even make sense? And then even at 65, even if you follow the entire blueprint, you do the job, college, everything, 65, even if you follow the entire blueprint, you still might struggle because now technology is changing and you're going to live till you're 95. So even if you got $2 or $3 million from your pension, your retirement, well, you still got inflation. They're just printing money. They're trying to screw you. And then that $3 million has to last 30 years. And you realize, man, what's that math look like? I get $7,000 a month. That's like worse than when I had a job. Whoa, that's kind of crazy, right? And this is the realization that entrepreneurs have. And you're an investor. You're here and an investor. Good, smart. You have to defeat time. Investing is a way that you defeat this setup and this trap, because you want to live your best years freely, in freedom, how you seek, how you want, right? But when I lay that all out, that doesn't sound like a plan that works for me. And that's something that happened to me. That's how I got on this path, right? Man, I'm not doing that. Forget that. I don't want to go on one vacation a year. This is just an idea. Could I just theoretically go travel the world for 3 years in a row? Why not? The only thing stopping me is money. Now, money and freedom, very hand in hand. See, they go hand in hand. Money does afford freedom. But remember what we just shared. Freedom can be a trap. Freedom can be a stepping stone. You still, you need money to get the freedom, but it won't supply infinite happiness if you're lacking purpose and service. See, it's not as simple as you think. But some people never even get there. They don't even get to freedom. They do the instructions. The car, the house, the marriage. And there's nothing wrong with these things either, by the way. If you have a car, a house, and are married and have 2 dogs and go on a vacation every year, I'm not calling you out. I'm just relating that is the mainstream format that we're all taught to follow, correct? This is what we're taught. Now, I'm not suggesting deviating completely, but I am saying that some people are naturally more drawn to this. This is maybe your business owner or your entrepreneur. And yet, let me expose these. We're still on the surface level. Even if you're here right now and you're in that and you're saying, well, dang, I don't like this. You're right. This doesn't sound like a good deal. So what can I do next? Well, you could choose to be an investor, right? You could pull back on some of your everyday spending and start putting it into things that can grow your money, because you need to defeat time. Yes, you could be an entrepreneur. You could start your own business, invent an idea, found a meme coin, build an empire, etc. You could start a business. You could buy a laundromat, a grocery store, whatever, and make money that way. But let me tell you, there's even more traps inside, because the business owner, if you're going to take that route, all good and well. Now you've won the money game. You've won the money game. You got enough money. You can splurge an emergency. All's good and all's well. But you actually work almost more than you did when you were in the job. So it's like, do you really have freedom? Because you can't leave the business. If you leave the business, it all crumbles. You can't go away for 3 weeks. So you're tied down. Is that really freedom? And then there's the entrepreneurs, right, who say, man, screw this job working stuff. I got it figured out. If you do an automized YouTube channel, a faceless YouTube channel, you can use AI, you can leverage these tools, automate your videos. You don't even need to show your face. This is a real thing you can do, by the way, right now, to like try to escape the matrix, buy a course, learn it. Use AI, make an automated faceless YouTube channel, monetize it, do every single talk about Andy Frisella, about Tony Robbins, about Oprah Winfrey, over and over and over again, all her fans, about NBA clips, NFL clips, Minecraft gaming clips, toy unboxing, anything you get to pick. You do them all about that thing. And now you're getting paid $30,000 a month on YouTube. And what they say is, I mean, that's one example, but it's not really a freeing example. Maybe they say it is, but it's not totally freeing. And maybe I'm wrong. They can correct me if I'm wrong. But when I hear about things like that, and I hear about things about Amazon drop shipping where people say, F a job, I'm going to drive to Costco, buy 10 pallets, put it on Amazon, print out hundreds of labels, and this is my freedom. Is it though? Because what purpose is behind printing Amazon labels? How can that fulfill your heart and soul? You got the money thing. You're right. You got me. You cracked the code. But printing labels, I mean, where's the joy in that? You're still spending all your time. It's like you've traded for another version. And so I'm not saying I'm correct, but what I'm saying is the dreamer challenges the norms. The dreamer challenges the norms, because who really wants to make, like, this whole job thing is just an idea. All you really need is money. Is it not possible that you could get money in a giant chunk? This is how I play the game, by the way. Chunks. Is it not just possible that you could do something transformational to go from 0 to 10 million in 1 year. And now for 10 years, you can do whatever you want. And you can still make investments to grow your money, but there is no nothing. You could learn Kung Fu. Is that in China? I saw this video, really cool. It's like $800 a month to go to China. They pay for your housing and your food. Just hearing this, you should do this as like an adventure. It's not calling me, but I was so fascinated with how cool that adventure could be. You go to China, you live there, and a Kung Fu master in the mountains where there's grass and mist and fog and clean air, you can literally learn Kung Fu climbing the stairs like Rocky. And in America, making a decent amount of money, let's say it's 30 grand, for a whole year, you could learn Kung Fu in China. That is the human experience. That's learning, right? So that's what's calling me. So I said all this to set up what I'm about to say because, Satoshi made me think of something here. There are a lot of dreamers who maybe are living this life now, whether it's entrepreneur, business person, 9 to 5, and they're saying, life's good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to, got to get money. Money makes the world go around. But what is my dream? I don't even know what my dream is, what I'm supposed to do with my life. Like, I think I have an idea of my dream, but I'm still not fully sure. Well, great. This is a part of the journey too. And we did an entire episode on this. But just in case, a little preface, if that's you and you can't apply to getting the freedom, getting this point, because you're like, I don't even know what the dream is. Like, I'm here. I want to make more money. I might get some, but I don't even have a dream. I don't even know what the dream is. Great. So you're not quite to the freedom stage. You're at a stage before. And this is, what is your why? What do you want? What is driving you? What gives you joy and happiness? And I actually predict that the world is changing. In the next 25 years, it's going to be drastically different. A lot of things are happening. You're hearing inklings of them, but this is a bold prediction. And it's actually that the entire, at least what I'm hearing, is the entire system as it is going to be flipped upside down. The current system, how it is job for money, and that's what you do. But the new system is going to be purpose-filled missions, provide you what you need for your life. And that sounds like a dream to me. That sounds like a great, big, beautiful tomorrow that I want to be a part of, because I was already thinking that way. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is going to be what's going to exist? Sounds great to me. Sign me up. That's already the play. But so many people, imagine if you, like, what do you love? What do you love? Well, isn't there like a meme about this or a commercial? Like, what do you want? Oh, that's The Notebook. What do you want? Only chicks would know that. Maybe Akari knows. What's up, Akari? Akari's in Japan. And Akari, I hope to go to Japan this year. Tokyo, shout out to Japan. Another beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful. I think you got the pink flowers going on right now, right? It's pretty cool. Okay. What do you want? What sets your heart on fire? Can you build your life around this thing? I get you're in crypto. We're building. But there's deeper whys behind things. If you're building and you get the money, freedom wasn't the answer, right? Can you apply it to something that you love? What do you love? And I'm not gonna lie. We haven't had I asked what's their dream. I wasn't able to hear anybody's dream. So I'm just, all I can do is tell you on my end of the stick, right? What dreams are, what do you want? For me, I chose everything I want, and then I just move forward. I never picked money or job. A friend of mine, when he asked, I moved to Florida. Shout out to my friend Jonathan. Okay. This is one of my childhood friends, actually. Great guy, very charismatic, very sly, very slick, very handsome. He said, oh, yeah, you moved to Florida. How's the job market out there? Right? Oh, man, I heard about Florida. Is that because there's good jobs out there? Jonathan, I have no idea because I don't care. Not that it doesn't mean I don't need a job. It just means that's not a driver for me, right? That's when you're a dreamer, there's more for you. The driver isn't what is the next job. The driver is what's your dream? This is where we live from, the heart, right? This is like deep. What do you love? What would you, if you could get paid, and then here's how you crack the code, right? Is how can I get paid doing what I love? That's kind of like the whole mission, right? So for me, man, I love dreams. I love this. Can I get paid somehow to talk about dreams and pouring into other people? How can I get 10,000 people to listen to this message And then they can benefit from something I'm saying. So something I'm saying is helping them win in life. Now I'm getting fulfillment and I'm getting money. This is the dream, right? So that's one for me. I want to talk about dreams 24/7. I love dreams. I want to talk to you about your dreams. If I was being asked questions about dreams, I could answer them for 6 hours and I wouldn't get tired, because that's purpose. You can find that thing. It exists for you. And if you don't know what your dream is, and if you have no clue, a great place to start with is, what do you love? What are you interested in? What calls you? What excites you? What excites you? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? That's where you investigate. And then you can look further and say, well, like, how can I monetize this, right? You don't need to make some huge business. Just think small. I love Pokemon cards. Super easy. Pokemon cards are worth a lot of money. Buy and trade them, resell. You can spend your time buying the packages, sitting outside a store, putting them all on eBay, making extra money, like super easy, right? Maybe it's welding. You love to weld. Gosh, social media, right? You transition, you start recording videos. Maybe you teach a welding workshop to beginners and you interest them by, they're interested in welding, but you also show them glass blowing and how you can do the art of glass blowing and shaping beautiful art and making things. And you just put out videos doing what you love. Other people who like that stuff, find them. You make a workshop. You do a thing, right? So for those of you who don't know your dream, that is a stepping stone, what you can do. But anyways, that is the main gist about freedom. Any questions about freedom? Fire away if you have them. If not, Hakuna Matata means no worries. Konnichiwa. Japan's a pretty cool place. I'm in love with all types of places. I picked out my dream destinations. Lately, I've been exposed to Thailand. Like, Thailand suddenly seems like the bee's knees. I thought I wanted nothing to do with China, but suddenly China's presenting all this crazy cool stuff to me where I'm like, whoa, China? All right, let's move on. Let's carry on. Let's do a quick check-in on the chart, and then you can check out the quote of the day, which is, of course, cool. And then we'll do a giveaway and wrap up. All right, so boom, bam, bing. Here we go. Quick peek at the chart. It's up and it's down. We must be cooked. It must be over. No, the dream has not actually yet begun. We have begun filling in pieces. We've made tremendous progress, but we've never shilled the dream. We've never pursued the dream, right? And we're just in a floating time. We're in a floating time, putting things together, living life. It's a whole adventure. It's not about making dream go to the moon. It's about becoming the dream person, right? And that's what we're doing on this stream. So the stream could seem like, oh, maybe there's not 1 million people. Then it's who it's for today. When we want to grow, we have to practice bringing a bunch of people here, being active, going on spaces so new people join the ecosystem, new people join the stream, and new people retweet the stream. If you're just here, it's for you today. If you're on the podcast, it's for you today. We're going to continue to show up. It's not everyone's preferred way of building, but it builds the stack stability. So Dreamcat's price is $45,083, a small market capitalization. You see the run up. This was all organic. We've never paid KOLs. No KOLs have our supply. We've never done Dex Boost. We've never done any of the things people do. We've never done any of them. Okay. Just an organic thing plugging along. It's all based on your belief. Believe or don't believe. Completely your choice. Up to you. We're indifferent. If the journey calls you and you want to go down the adventure of becoming the greatest version of you, then welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Okay, next. Let me just slide over this quote of the day. I like it. It brings it all home. Here we go. Boom. We'll bring it there. And let's bring it on the big screen. It's loading. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday, April 9th, coming along. Thanks for sharing the post, Soy Toshi, man. You're in the running for the MVP. Appreciate that. You're in the top running. Okay, quote of the day. Ready? Dreamcat quote of the day. Here we go. Better to die, and this is on the screen now. You gotta take a look here. Better to die fighting for freedom than live as a prisoner. But there's a catch-22. There's a catch-22 to this. So this is a good standard quote. It may or may not be an organic Dreamcat quote. If you haven't picked up yet, that not every Dreamcat quote is a real Dreamcat quote. Just saying. So don't come for us, right? It's meme coins are jokes. You can do whatever you want. So Dreamcat said this, though. He's the most successful cat in the world. He literally said, better to die fighting for freedom than live as a prisoner. Well, this is something to think about, because I felt like this was a good image, a good thing to think about in depth. Here Dreamcat is in prison, right? In jail, in the four walls. And this is kind of metaphoric, potentially, for a lot of things. How you're living life could be. The frameworks of the prison are how you think the world is, what you believe is possible for you. I was talking about this with my sister today, actually. I told her the truth. I said, look, I'm ready for you to level up. Let me tell you all the things I'm learning. I want to put you on. I said, belief controls your entire everything. Belief is a secondary prison. A prison is jail where you go for a crime. Another prison is how the world is supposed to be. We're taught this is what you do. Do this, do this. That's another prison, a way to think. Thoughts, ideas, no, they're just that. How to live is just an idea. Going to college is just an idea. Retirement is just an idea. These are all ideas. These also serve as prisons in a sense, because you stay attached to them. You stay confined within them. If only you realized that the world was limitless. If only you realized that you are a creator and you could manifest any reality you wanted. If only you realized that if you can dream it, you can do it. If you were to realize all this, you would become deeply empowered, and you would be able to live beyond the four walls that confine you. And the third thing I said is, okay, society is a prison, prison is prison, but belief is a prison. If you believe that in order to get more money, you have to get some kind of promotion, then it's a prison, because you're confining yourself to an idea of how things have to come across. But the how is just a belief that you have. You believe A equals B. So like 2 + 2 = 4. In order to make money, I got to work really hard. That's a belief, right? But if you can free your mind, as they say in the Matrix movies, if you can free your mind, you can see the world outside of the world. Dreamcat in this illustration, even though he's in a prison, he may be living his dream in there. Okay, just imagine with me. It says, better to die fighting for freedom than live as a prisoner. So there he is in jail. He's trying to break out. He's trying to be free. He's at least willing to chase his dreams, try, and maybe things are going good in there. The Matrix has rewarded him. He has a nice Corvette, but he thinks that's all there is. He thinks that's all there is. Man, it's just, this is my reality. This is what I know. And if only he could get out of the prison, right? If only he could see what freedom really means. The whole purpose of this podcast, freedom isn't the destination. I told you what it is. It's a stepping stone. Freedom is a realization that there's something ahead. Freedom is realizing that, oh my gosh, this doesn't make me happy. I need a purpose. I need service. Freedom is also a trap, just like this. He's fighting for freedom, but it's also a trap, because you could get stuck there too long. You could be comfortable, and then once you get free and you don't have a boss, who's gonna encourage you? Who's gonna inspire you to go bigger? So for me, ultimately, this is a double-sided trickery. Not trickery. It's a deeper meaning photo. You know, he's inside the box, and he thinks that's all there is. And if only he could escape, he could see how great the world can really be. The waterfalls, the meadows, the birds, and just across that pond over there, free ice cream, an ice cream parlor, free unlimited ice cream. Man, if only he could see it, the world could be so great. And lastly, just to give you a life perspective on this, I would say to all that, this is what it's like to focus on the things of the world. Okay? Just a little final note for you. The world gives you lots of things. What you choose to focus on is going to create your reality. So you can tune in. Someone asked me right before this, I said, what do you think about the Iran war? I'm still going to reply to them. I don't know if you're here listening live, ciao, but I'm still going to reply to them. I have thoughts. I've paid attention. I know what's going on, but I'm not defined by that reality. So you get to choose what you focus on. Some people see a terrible world, right? War. There's pain, there's murderers, there's Jeffrey Epstein. Why is this such? Some people say in the comments that they believe this is hell, that Earth is hell and that we're in hell already. Then that is their reality. What a dangerous, slippery slope. They believe this is hell, so it must be true because your belief determines your reality. But your belief is determined by what you give your focus to. You see? So as dreamers, you can focus on what's going wrong, but what we say is we focus on our dreams. You know what I see? A great, big, beautiful tomorrow. This is what I see. The world is grand. I see, I look at the nature and the Amazon rainforest and the architecture in Greece and history and libraries and creation and human beings and people and love and sharing things and creatures and purpose and the journey. I say, man, Earth's my favorite planet. I really love the human experience. And now I can walk down the street smiling ear to ear, even when war is going on. And guess what? We're blessed. I mean, man, my thoughts with people in other countries, regardless, just because I'm American doesn't mean I'd wish any of this, war, anything on you at all. Terrible. But even if you're focusing on these things, you're watching them on TV and you do live in America or Canada and you think things are terrible, what a blessing it is that you could walk outside and the sky is blue. And there is no smoke and there's no toxic chemicals. You can breathe. We take this stuff for granted when we get caught up, right? Oh man, I'm so focused on getting my life is just so hard, man. Pull back every once in a while, right? Don't keep yourself locked in a prison. Smell the grass a little bit. Practice breathing, Look at the sunshine. Not too long, but look at it during a sunset or a sunrise, Life is grand, guys. Life is grand. The journey is very fulfilling. Enjoy this, okay? Enjoy this journey. Enjoy this process, and we're on our way. We're all going on this dream journey to make our dreams come true. That's why I'm excited. I've already met a few incredible people, but I believe that I'm going to meet many more. For me, I have friends, but now that I'm in the dream mission, some of my greatest life friends might be people I haven't even met yet. That we're gonna meet on this journey when we push out the energy so strong, it becomes an undeniable magnet and it just attracts people who think just like the dreamers do. Man, some of my best friends might be right there. Some of my business partners, some of future employees, maybe my future wife might pull up on the stream. I don't know. This is a beautiful experience. So let's enjoy it. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that giveaway. We'll see. We got a few more comments here. Let's see. Meow and amen. Man, Satoshi. I'm going to tell you what. Hey, Starseed pulled up. Starseed. Meow dreamers. We focus on the future and the beauty of life. Shout out to Starseed. Starseed, I love the alignment that we share with frequency and sacred geometry, right? Differences. I don't relate to everything that you do completely in your journey as you don't relate to mine, but sacred geometry. Interesting. Did you guys know, I want to share a fun fact before we get to the giveaway. Actually, I'm going to tell you, the giveaway goes to Elgato Satoshi. Earned. Reshared the stream, so did Coiny, but Coiny can't even speak English. So shout out to my man Coiny. Reshared the stream, it's going to go to Satoshi. So I got 30,000 dream for you. You'll have to refresh my mind if you're in the Telegram, but I'll find a way to get it to you. So now on fun bit on sacred geometry, I want to tell you guys. So I'm reading a book on this. I read 100 pages in the last 12 hours. This is how I learned. Eating my burger, I'm reading. Last night I read for 2 hours. I'm reading. Love to read. I don't want to get too crazy. Do you guys even, let me show you if you don't know what sacred geometry is. We are getting a little bit I don't know. I don't want to say spiritual. That's not the right word. What are we getting here? Just based? I don't know. We're just like learning how life works. Like as dreamers, we just kind of want to figure out life and win, I guess you could say. There's a lot to learn. Well, I want to tell you that in the process of trying to figure out, how to make your dreams come true, you learn about the world. And I want to just give you a quick introduction to this sacred geometry, especially for people out there who could have misconceptions, right? Like, oh, this is bad, or it's crazy how relevant this is. So hold on, here we go. Pull this up. I'm just going to pull up one image. What I'm going to show you is the flower of life. Okay. I want to tell you something cool about this. All right. So check this out. Come on. There it is. Let's make it bigger. And I'm going to give you a quick little insight. Because we love to learn things as dreamers, yes? Okay. That shape is geometry. In school, we thought, man, come on. She knows. She knows. To me, truth is in the eye of the beholder. I believe this is truth. I am in line with you. Now, check this out. This is a realization. You go to school and you think geometry's dumb. 90-degree angle, who gives a crap? 90 degrees is a fundamental, paramount pillar of dimensional realities, right? Gosh, if only you knew on that. So 90-degree angles, that stuff we were learning about, paramount, not nothingness. This is the flower of life. It's sacred geometry. Anyone have that game Spirograph? You'd have to go like way back in time. Like that was my great-great-grandpa's game. I played that at my great-great-grandpa's house. Spirograph. It's a game where you take a little like marker and you have like different shapes and you move it around and you basically make geometry. This is the flower of life. The flower of life is talked about in Disney movies like Tangled, right? Maybe you've seen that. So there's little signs in life. Well, guess what? You can find this symbol in Egypt inside of a tomb or a building that's 6,000 years old. I'm reading about this now that this symbol has been found in, I don't know, maybe it's like, I don't want to misquote, but it was like, we found this in 12 different countries, update 10 years later, we found it in like 20 more countries. So this symbol in the oldest of times has been everywhere. It's supposed to be what this symbol has in sacred geometry. Symbols hold messages. So when you get to like, I don't want to say higher levels, but like if we evolved as human beings and we stopped using language, by me sending this symbol to your mind, I could send you like an entire book. Embedded in this symbol, if you had a deeper level of understanding, would be messages. Geometry holds, these sacred geometry symbols hold messages. They're like embedded inside. Ironically, if you've ever seen a crop circle, like no one even talks about crop circles. In the UK, not in London, but in the UK, in cornfields, you guys know what a crop circle is? Maybe you've never even heard of these, depending on how old you are. I find this interesting that this is something that happens that no one ever talks about, ever. Like, how can this just happen and we just go about life and nothing happens? So we're just going on a rant. I can do whatever I want, free will. But you're learning. This is what we do on Dream Talk, okay? This isn't crypto-centric, but you're learning things, okay? This is a crop circle. Did you know this even exists? Like, how does this even happen? This is the crops. It's not a hoax. How does something just pop up in the corn, in the wheat? Well, this is a message. That's what these hold messages, and you just can't comprehend them yet. So this is where I'm in the consciousness journey, right? So I'm just sharing overflow with you, but how fascinating, how interesting. So sacred geometry, I don't even know how we got on this topic. I think I was just shouting out starseed, but it's everywhere. It's built into things. It is what was said. It is the fundamentals of the universe. If you were to go to the highest level, all right, I'm going to blow your mind one more time with something that I could lose some people, but I'm willing to take that risk because I believe in being max transparent. We may lose some people who are a little bit too woo-woo for, but in the process, we're going to attract like people who are all the way in. I would believe that a lot of people, I would assume that most people believe in angels, right? Guardian angels. People have heard about like miracle stories where like, I was about to crash my car and the wheel just turned. Maybe it was my angel. Most people believe in angels. Some people have seen an angel. I've seen an angel in my dream, and I saw an angel when I was about 6 years old in my room. So I've seen two angels in my life, in real life, in my room when I woke up, and in my dream. I saw my aunt, my deceased aunt, came to me as an angel, right? If you Google, you'll find like 50 million stories like this. Now, how an angel appears to us is based on our perception. So if you see an angel, you might be like, man, it's a glowing girl with a halo who's wearing a white robe who looks really, really pretty. But at the highest levels of consciousness, right? If you were on the third dimension, if you were going to go, I'm talking like Chinese right now. If you go higher and higher and higher, angels are sacred geometry. And you've seen pictures of this before. I'm not going to pull it up because I don't know what would come up, but just understand that. So random blob of information to throw your way, because I saw Starseed here and we'll read her other comments, what she's got. Sacred geometry. It's a real thing. It's the center of the universe. Cool. Maybe you learned something. All right, let's see. Fibonacci. See, okay, so who is it? Fibonacci sequence. Is that Leonardo da Vinci? Is that what that is? Fibonacci. I think that's what that is, right? Italian mathematician. Oh, no, that's his name. He was is this 3.14? Is that what that is? Leonardo Bonacci, commonly known as Fibonacci, was an Italian mathematician considered to be the most talented Western mathematician of Middle Ages. So enlighten me. What is there to know? I've heard about the Fibonacci sequence. This was in the Da Vinci movie. I know that Da Vinci's stuff is like profound and powerful because it has the double tetrahedron, which is like a pyramid on top of a pyramid, which overlaps. That goes over Da Vinci's famous painting. Look, we're talking about crazy stuff, guys. I'm gonna reel it in because this is Dream Talk. I don't want to get too crazy. I want to stick to the script, but just what we're talking about here. Oh, it doesn't even show it in this visual. But Da Vinci, this famous thing you've seen, like this has deeper meaning. You've seen this before. This is in like museums, right? Da Vinci. Everything has meaning. Everything matters. Everything has deeper substance. Know that about the world. Let's see. Geometry was the only maths that my brain understood at school. Hey, power to you, because actually, no, I was good at math for a while. And then when I got to calc, I was like, nah. But now I realize, now I'm tapping back in and learning. Fibonacci sequence is the sequence that overlaps in nature. Oh, so I saw the spirals. This is relating to the spirals? Yeah. See, this would be, we got Satoshi down here too. Dang, Satoshi? I got that book too. Dang, Satoshi, man. I got to learn more about your Web3 journey, man. We gotta do something. We gotta lock in. How are you so based? I'm not gonna share that book in the thing because it's someone coming there from square one would be too like turned off, like too scared, right? You got to work your way up to understanding of what the world is. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Okay. So it's the flower of life that shows up in everything. So if you just a little overtime bonus, we're going crazy here. Another reason that the flower of life could be organic in a sense, right? It shows up in nature and time. In nature, like the core essence of everything is built on this geometry. Starseed, you have the book too? That's crazy. That is actually one of the books I'm reading right now. And that author just came out with book number 3, like just recently, volume 3 updated. And that was from 1999. So I probably went through like, I don't know, since the start of the new year, I've probably been through like 13 books that are like consciousness, metaphysical, all on this topic. So that's somewhere where I'm going through right now, adding on. But anyways, didn't mean to deviate completely here, dreamers. But look, here's a real thing, is that there is an overlap, right? There is an overlap in understanding about consciousness and understanding about making your dream come true. And that is actually what has drawn me in, is I'm finding there are some other authors out there, like maybe you guys have heard of Greg Braden. This is someone who I was exposed to in my journey 6 years ago. I'm like, it goes against my beliefs. And I went away. And then I came all the way back. And I'm like, man, this is powerful to me as a dreamer. So when you understand, let's say you have a dream here. You want to make your dream come true. Well, belief, the art of believing, the art of feeling, which is how you manifest, by the way. Feeling is the secret. So if you know these and where you're like, Zach, you're losing me here. Genie, Dreamcat, you're losing me here. You're getting crazy with all this stuff. Let me reel you back in here as a dreamer. You don't have to do any of these things. You don't have to look at these things. You could ignore these things. We're going to try to reel it in, but we're also going to be true and authentic in education and what's real. It is true. Sacred geometry is at the center of the universe. You got to learn it eventually. So the reason why it's all reeled in is feeling is the secret, belief and feeling. Well, feeling and belief are all related to like consciousness in your mind, right? Like it's when you're in the state of feeling for your dream, you're sending these waves off. You're vibrating at a certain frequency, and being in that vibration is how you connect to your dream, because your dream life, the car you want, the freedom you're seeking, exists already out of reach at the moment over there somewhere. And it's moving at a certain level, right? It's vibrating at a certain level. And right now, it's maybe vibrating up here and you're down here. To bridge the gap, all you have to do is change your vibration to match the dream, and then it comes to pass quickly and easily, is what is said. So this isn't all like mumbo jumbo learning for nothing. It's actually, the deeper you understand how it works, in my opinion, the more certain you are. The way I am as a learner, I mean, I'd love to hear from the dreamers how you guys learn. For me, like you could just listen to what I'm saying here and say like, man, I'm onto this dream stuff, and just do it and it'll work. If you just do it and you like believe in it, it'll work. For me, I'm like, man, I want to be sure. This is a weakness of mine, right? Yeah, they told me here, and like we've read The Secret together. They told us what to do. It'll work, but maybe you just want to get extra confirmation. And for me, getting all the confirmations, I recently got to 100% belief. This is powerful, because at 100% belief, this is where things shift. You believe 85%. You believe 90%. You do it every 6 days, log off one. You do it 5 days. But it's the consistent feeling, belief at 100% all in that makes it happen fast. And so for me, I found confirmations in all different places, and consciousness has given me the last domino. So where I'm at now, still got a lot to learn. But when we're talking about manifesting your dreams, I think I know what to do. And I think it's happening right now. And I think dream holders will get to witness. So, hey, journey of life. Love to be here. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Elgato, I'm going to reach out to you, see if you're in the Telegram. That's one way we give dreams. So if you're in the Telegram, there's a way for us to just like instantly send you by adding your name. That's an easy way. If you don't want to do that, no worries. Just send me your address. It'll just be delayed because I got to get on my other PC, put in my stuff. It's just harder to do. So anyway, shout out to the dreamers. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, who pulled up. Man, shout outs to Bubba. Shout outs to Mr. Scene retweeting the stream. Shout out to Starseed pulling up. She's got the book. Starseed and Elgato. Maybe you got a friendly connection there and follow each other. Shout out to Libre, Big Dreamer, for pulling up. Shout out to Nathan for pulling up. They are all hating on me on YouTube, but hey. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Share the link to the Telegram. Sure, man. Actually, I'll tell you what. The last tweet that Dreamcat made, the very last tweet, has the link right in there. The most recent tweet on this page. So easy enough. All right, guys. That's all I got. This is another installment of Dream Talk. Should I tell you what we're going to talk about next week? I'll give you an insight. I never usually do this. I got it right here, ready to go. It's going to be next week is the source of oxygen that gives life to your dream. The source of oxygen that gives life to your dream. That's what we're going to talk about. Because you can run out of oxygen when it comes to your dream chasing journey. We're going to tell you how to keep the fire hot, how to have unlimited oxygen. Okay, guys, that's what all I got. See you on the next one. Dream big. The journey continues. Cheerio. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover. and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dreamcat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.